So, picture this. 2 big buckets of beets, fresh from the garden, are currently loitering in my garage. And let me tell you, the clock is ticking. In about 72 hours, those vibrant roots will start getting a little, well, rubbery. Nobody wants that, right? Not when they've put all that effort in to grow them, or even just pick them up from the farmer's market. Today, we're going to transform every single root, ensuring they land squarely on our plate, not sadly in the compost bin. It's all about respecting the harvest, our time and effort, and filling our pantries with vibrant, nutritious goodness lasts all year long. Let's kick things off with those leafy tops. Now this is important. You need to twist them off, don't chop. Why? Because the cutting can make the roots bleed. Their beautiful colour can prematurely come out, and we want to keep that ruby red where it belongs for now. Plus, twisting it is surprisingly satisfying. Next up, the beetroots themselves. You need a good rinse under cold water to get rid of any clinging soil, but resist the urge to scrub them too aggressively. We want them to keep their skin intact for now, prevent that precious colour from leaching out during cooking. Once clean, you can either place them in a pot, cover them generously with water and bring it all to a boil, or you can roast them in an oven, which is what I'm doing this time. How long do they need? Well, it depends on their size. For those cricket or baseball size beets, you're looking at around the 40 minutes mark. Really large ones, up to an hour. Golf ball size ones, be ready in less. The real test, grab a skewer or a sharp paring knife. It should glide effortlessly into the centre of the beet with absolutely zero resistance, and that's your cue. Once cool, get them all peeled. You can snap on some disposable gloves before you start peeling if you want to avoid magenta hands for the next few days. Doesn't tend to bother me though. Let's get those jars ready for their transformation into yummy pickles. Sterilisation is essential for safe storage. So give your jars a thorough hot soapy wash and rinse them well. Then you can pop them in about 110 degrees C or 230 degrees Fahrenheit oven for about 30 minutes. Don't forget the lids though. Quick boil in water for a few minutes will do the trick for them. Okay, let's get going with the quick pickle for the fridge. Not every jar has to be a monumental water bath canning project, right? Sometimes you just want that bright, tangy kick in the week or even tomorrow. That's where quick pickling comes in. Really easy and yummy. Start by slicing your roasted peeled beets into a clean jar. Any clean jar will do for this. Now for the brine, bring equal parts white vinegar and water to a gentle simmer. Into that, stir a teaspoon of salt, a spoon of honey, that's supposed to balance the tang, and a few peppercorns for subtle warmth. Once it's simmering, pour that hot brine over your sliced beet. Make sure they're completely submerged. Put the lid on the jar and let it cool down on the counter, and then pop it into the refrigerator. They're magically ready after just 24 hours, and they'll keep beautifully for up to 2 months in the fridge. These aren't just any pickles, they're bright, crisp, and an electric pink that'll make your taste buds sing. They're perfect on sandwiches, or chopped into a green salad, or even stirred into some plain yogurt with a little dill for an instant vibrant dip. It's a fantastic way to enjoy that fresh beet flavour with a zesty twist without all the fuss of traditional canning. English pickled beetroot. So for these I'm using the beetroots that we've already roasted, and I'm going to quarter the beetroot and pack sterilised jars full to the brim. Pour over our spiced malt vinegar, but make sure it covers the beetroots, and seal and shake the jar. I can store them in a cool and dry place and allow them to mature for at least 1 month, and then I will refrigerate them after opening. These are from the Preserving book by Linda Brown. If you process all these when they're hot, you should get a seal, and the high vinegar content packs a punch while keeping the bugs away. You need to use them within about 6 months though. I also like to freeze cubes of beetroot for lazy meals. So after the cooking and peeling and perhaps pickling some of your beets, you're likely to have some roots left over, and this is where the freezing comes in. It's a really convenient hack. Dice the cooked beets into 1/2-inch cubes or whatever size you feel, and the trick here is to make sure you spread them out on a baking tray. Don't just pop them straight into the freezer because they'll clump together into one giant beet block, and you don't want that. If you put them on the tray, once the cubes are solid, you can loosen them by banging them on the counter like this and separate them, and then you can transfer them into freezer bags, or I've got this nice silicone bag here. Now you have approximately 10 months of fast weeknight colour and nutrition at your fingertips. These frozen cubes are incredibly versatile. You can use them for almost anything. You could toss them a handful into your morning porridge for a red velvet breakfast. That'd be nice. Stir them into a plain yoghurt. Have to whiz them up a bit first though. And make a quick, vibrant pink dip. Good for veggies and crackers. Or you could dump a generous portion straight into a simmering tomato sauce. The beets blend up great and nobody detects the veg, and yet they get a significant boost of nutrients that they didn't even know about. They're also fantastic for adding to grain bowls, or, and this is my personal favourite, roasting directly from frozen for a quick side. Delicious. The bonus jar of refrigerator relish. Do you want to impress with minimal effort? This refrigerator relish is a great addition to make meals more exciting. It's quick, easy, and absolutely transforms humble ingredients. You can chop your apples. These happen to be my homegrown ones. Onions, and of course my homegrown cooked beetroots. You add the vinegar, some grated ginger, some allspice, ground cloves, sugar and raisins. Bring them all to the boil and simmer for about 30 minutes, remembering to stir to prevent sticking or burning. Spoon them into sterilised jars, pop on that lid and store it in the fridge. A single recipe does about 3 jars. You'll notice that I've done a double recipe here because we like it. It was modified from a recipe out of what will I do with all these root vegetables. The colours will deepen and the aromas will be incredible. It livens up a simple sandwich into something that tastes like it came straight from a deli, and it's that little something extra that makes a meal sing. If you're picking up any tricks that you can actually use, and I hope you are, please hit that thumbs up button. It really helps YouTube show this video to more gardeners and home cooks out there who are trying to save their hard-earned harvest and make every bit count. We're all in this together, making delicious food and reducing waste. Okay, so you've done all the hard work. Now let's make sure it lasts. A little organisation goes a long way. Your pickles and such will live happily in a cool, dark spot, like your basement or a pantry shelf or in the fridge. Frozen cubes get prime real estate in the chest freezer, ready for action. And that amazing refrigerator relish, that takes pride of place on the fridge shelf, ready to jazz up any meal. Here's the golden rule, and future you will thank you for it. Label everything. I use paper tape and a Sharpie, clearly marking the contents and the date. Trust me, when you're tired and in a hurry 6 months from now, you won't remember if that mystery container is beet puree or a chutney. A well-labelled pantry is a happy cook. The true joy of preserving your beetroot harvest is getting to enjoy its vibrant colours and incredible nutrition throughout the entire year. Let's talk about how you can incorporate these stored treasures into your everyday meals. For an easy party dip, you could puree some of your frozen beet cubes into hummus. It creates a stunning pink party dip that's both healthy and eye-catching. Remember that bonus jar of refrigerator relish? It's not just for sandwiches. Spoon it generously over sausages. The possibilities are endless, and each dish becomes a little reminder of your smart planning and delicious harvest. So there you have it. Just 72 hours ago, these beetroots were dirt covered, fresh from the earth and racing towards inevitable rot. Now, we've got at least 10 different meals tucked away and a rainbow of jars and bags that were reminders of a summer's bounty, even when the snow is hitting the windows and the garden is fast asleep. It's more than just food, it's a connection to the season, a nod to self-sufficiency, and a testament to the incredible versatility and health benefits of this humble root vegetable. Delicious too. I'd love to hear your ideas. Drop your own tips for beetroots or any other produce in the comments below. If you enjoyed this kitchen rescue mission, make sure to subscribe for more practical ideas. And next week, get ready because we're tackling the apple avalanche. You won't want to miss it. Something for now? How about this video?